This is part 2 of my recap on Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. In the previous episode, Mukata was summoned to another world, but found himself with the weakest skill that just gave him the ability to online shop in this world. Finding the king suspicious, he decides to leave the kingdom, hiring some adventurers to escort him to the next kingdom. Mukata cooks for the party along the way, using ingredients from his shop, but this ends up attracting a legendary beast called the Fenrir. Although terrified, Mukata manages to satisfy the beast, and it ends up demanding to form a familiar contract with him, shocking him that he must now take care of it. As part of the contract, the beast tells him to give him a name. Mukata tries to think, coming up with common dog names, but the beast is not impressed. Seeing it is a Fenrir, Mukata suggests Fel, and the beast agrees. As the party continues on, the people avoid them, and Werner worries that they won't be able to get past the border. Rita explains that there is a legend where a Fenrir destroyed a whole country, and Franca says it definitely happened. Mukata starts to worry, but Fel tells him he will destroy anyone that messes with them, but this just makes them more nervous. They have a break for lunch, and as Mukata goes to prepare the food, he realizes he is out of meat. When Fel demands to have meat, Mukata says he eats too much and tells him to catch his own food. Fel agrees with this and heads into the forest, leaving the rest of the party amazed that he can already command the beast. Fel soon returns, bringing back a rock bird, and Werner is surprised, saying that it is a B-ranked monster that they normally would struggle to defeat. Its beak and claws are valuable, and Fel lets them have the materials, as long as he gets the meat. Mukata starts preparing their lunch, treating it like chicken. He uses teriyaki sauce for flavor. He serves the party, and Fel wonders about his share. Mukata tells him since he eats so much, he will need to wait until the end, and he patiently waits his turn. Mukata makes a huge portion for Fel, and he happily eats it all. After that, the party makes it to the border of the kingdom of Venan. The guards are on high alert, and Werner says they are preparing for Fel. He tells them to wait, while he heads down to explain the situation. Mukata wonders if it's going to be okay, and they soon end up completely surrounded. The commander worries about letting in a beast that can destroy a country, but Mukata tells Fel not to cause any trouble, and Fel says he will only destroy those that harm them. The soldiers are amazed it can talk, and the commander ends up agreeing to let them in, warning Mukata to keep Fel in check. So Mukata tells Fel he won't give him food if he causes problems. As they enter, the party show their guild cards, but Mukata doesn't have one, so he is forced to pay to get in. They finally get in, and Werner warns Mukata that people will be after him when they hear he has a legendary familiar. Mukata despairs, thinking he had gotten away from the politics, but says he won't be staying for too long, planning to continue traveling and making money using his unique shop skill. Werner suggests it would be helpful to join a guild, and Mukata considers the Merchant Guild. However, Vincent points out that the Adventurers Guild would be able to help with skinning and buying the materials from the beasts that Fel hunts, so Mukata struggles to decide. But Franca says that although it's not common, it's possible to just register for both guilds. The party heads into the town, and Mukata is hit with another fee. There is a servant that instantly greets him, inviting him to meet the Count as a legendary beast tamer. Mukata doesn't want to go, and tries to turn him down, but the man is insistent that he comes with him. However, when Fel approaches, he threatens the man, who runs off terrified. Werner worries about making an enemy, but Fel says he can handle anything they throw at them. Vincent suggests they would need a dragon to go up against Fel. Mukata is shocked to learn there are dragons, and Fel agrees that a dragon would be the only thing that could match him, saying he once fought against one 400 years ago. Werner gets Mukata to sign off on their job, and Mukata is surprised he can understand the language, thinking it must be a skill that heroes are summoned with. The group thanks him for all the delicious food, and the party goes their separate ways. Mukata heads over to the Merchant Guild, and the people around try to avoid him. As he enters, everyone turns their attention to him, nervous at the sight of Fel. Mukata requests to join the guild, and the clerk explains that there are 5 levels of merchants, which determines the level of fees and taxes. She offers him the iron rank and hands him his guild card. Later, Mukata finds that beasts aren't allowed to stay at the inn, but Fel is more interested in what's for dinner. Mukata starts preparing the meat, but suddenly gets a craving for rice, so he picks up another stove from his shop. As he cooks, Fel watches eagerly. He finishes it off with a sauce, and Fel devours it, finding it to be delicious. Mukata gives him another steak, but Fel notices a change in the flavor. Mukata reveals he has different sauces, and Fel is amazed that the same meat can taste completely different. But in the end, Fel really likes the garlic flavor. Mukata cooks for himself, making a delicious beef bowl, and he blows himself away, causing Fel to also want some of what he is having. Although it's not something he would normally eat, he finds the rice to be tasty. Meanwhile, the adventurer party is back to eating jerky, and wishing they could see Mukata again to eat his delicious food. As Mukata goes to rest for the night, he quickly prepares the goods he plans on selling. The next day, Mukata heads back to the merchant guild, wanting to sell some of his goods. When the clerk checks out what he has, she is shocked and runs off. Mukata wonders if there is a problem, but she ends up inviting him inside. He meets with the guild master, who examines his goods. The guild master tells him that the quality of his salt and pepper is exceptional, even fit for a king. He wonders how Mukata came across such product, and it turns out he just bought it from his shop. But Mukata says he came across it during his travels, and the guild master respects his privacy. The guild master offers to buy everything for 14 gold, shocking Mukata because it only cost him 5 copper each. As he considers the exchange rate, the guild master thinks he is reluctant and ends up offering even more money, upping his offer all the way to 17 gold, and Mukata accepts the deal. He can't believe how easy it is to make money, and now he won't need to worry about making money for a while. He heads over to the Adventurers Guild next, and the atmosphere is completely different. He tells the clerk he wants to join, but she is disinterested, and just hands him a form. After he fills it out, she throws him his card, saying he starts at G rank, and he wonders if he could have an explanation about the guild. The girl sighs, and explains that adventurers are ranked from G to S rank. He is able to take missions up to 1 level higher than his rank, and the guild takes no responsibility for any injuries or death. Mukata checks out the job board, and finds an easy herb gathering mission to start with. Fel tells him it's time to eat again, saying he would be happy with eating the garlic steak every day. But Mukata tells him there are other foods that are just as good. Mukata makes the garlic steak for him again, but suddenly thinks that garlic might be bad for dogs, so he uses his appraisal skill to make sure, and is blown away when he sees Fel's outrageous stats, realizing why he is a legendary beast. But that's where this video ends. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.